be recorded.
So what we were discussing yesterday was credit management. We understood that credit management is a functionality in SAP which allows us to provide the credit limit to the customer so that whenever a customer is giving us order, system will check whether the sufficient credit is available for this customer or not. If the credit is available, system will allow you to process that sales order. If the credit is not available, then system will behave as per the way we configure it. Okay, so we can tell the system to give a warning message, we can tell the system to throw an error message, or we can tell the system that okay, no problem, continue with the order, but block the delivery. Okay, so order will be allowed, but we will not be able to deliver the material to the customer till the time we are not unblocking the delivery. Right, so those are the configurations that we will see today, how to configure the credit management in SAP S4HANA. We also understood that in ECC, there were two ways in which credit management can be performed. Number one is the old credit management, which was part of SD, and second is the new credit management, which was part of FSCM credit management. So the SD credit management, since it was an old functionality, it was allowing you basic features. But if you want to use the advanced features, for example, if you want to automatically calculate the score of the customer, if you want to automatically calculate the credit limit of the customer, in that case, you have to use FSCM credit management. Now in SAP S4HANA, SAP has discarded the SD credit management, which is no more available. So whatever configurations earlier, as I told you, the in ECC, if you go to SPRO, IMG, and if you try to go to sales and distribution, master data, sorry, in the basic functions, here you will be able to see the credit management component. Okay, although it is showing here, it is just a document. Let me see if I'm able to show you in ECC also. Let me see if my password works here. Mm, no, I don't have the access. No problem. I'll show you. In ECC, you will be able to see there is a folder here, credit management, and you can do a lot of configurations from here itself. But now, since we are in S4HANA, that even the configuration is no more available, and you can see the document is available. If you click on this document, it will just tell you that if you want to use credit management, it is only available with FSCM credit management. This old functionality is no more available. Okay, even if you, this was the configuration node, if you want to set up the master data, if you want to enter the credit limit of the customer, then there was a transaction FD32. Okay, this was a transaction where you were able to enter the customer credit control area and you were able to enter the limit, how much limit you want to give to the customer. Even that transaction doesn't exist because this functionality is not available anymore in SAP S4HANA. Right, so what is available now? The only way to perform the credit management in SAP S4 is using FSCM credit management. And since in FSCM credit management there are additional benefits, okay, additional benefits in terms of automatic calculation of score, automatic calculation of limits, even integration with the credit rating agencies from where you can get their scores and all. If that is a requirement of a customer, if they want to go with full-fledged FSCM credit management, in that case, you have to involve the FSCM expert. Okay, as a SD consultant, normally you are not responsible to go to that level. Okay, basic credit management, the check should be performed at the time of sales order and all. That can be handled by you. But otherwise, if the advanced features are required, then definitely you have to involve FSCM consultant. Okay, so for configuration, you will go to SPRO. Obviously, for all the configurations, we go to SPRO only. In SPRO, the first thing that you need to do is you need to set up the credit control area. Okay, similar to sales organization, if you want to use SD module, you need a sales organization. If you want to use MM module, you need a plant, you need a purchase organization. If you want to use FI, you need a company code. If you want to work on controlling module, you need a controlling area. Similarly, if you want to use credit management, then you have to create credit control area. Without credit control area, you will not be able to perform credit management. Okay, so it is also part of enterprise structure. You will go to definition. Within definition, you will go to financial accounting. In financial accounting, you will be able to see credit control area. Okay, you have to open this credit control area from here. Okay, and then you have to create a new credit control area. Okay, you can assign the same credit control area to multiple company codes. Okay, or you can create separate separate credit control area for each company code. So it is up to you. Okay, let me click on new entries. If I go to credit control area, I have to provide some 4-digit code. So I will be providing the same code that I provided to my company code, or maybe I can provide the same code which I provided to my sales org. Or if I want, I can create some other code which is not relevant to company code and the sales organization, but I have to assign this credit control area to my company code as a next step. Okay. Now, whenever you are going to enter the credit limit of a customer, in which currency are you going to enter the credit limit? Okay, that is your credit control area currency. Right. So, for example, if you want to give the credit limit to the customers in INR, you will be entering INR. If you want to give the credit limit to your customers in USD, you will be entering USD. Since we are using it for India, we have created the company code as India. That is the reason we are using currency INR. Otherwise, depending upon the customer requirements, you can enter the currency that you want. Okay. Then comes this update. In this update, it will show you this 4 options. No update from SD. If you go with no update from SD, then the credit management will not be active from the SD side. This credit management will only work for financial postings. Right? If you want to activate credit management for SD, then you have to use either this, or this. Okay, 12, 15, or 18. So as of now, I am selecting 12, but later on I will explain you why I selected 12, why I have not selected 15 or 18. Okay, I'll come to this topic. Then you have the fiscal year variant. If you remember, this one we activated at the time of company code creation. Even in company codes, we need to assign the fiscal year variant. So if you are following Jan to December, you will go for K4. Okay, or you have to check this with your FI counterpart. Okay, what exactly they are using? Are they using April to March, or they are using Jan to December? Normally, this should be same as your company code. So if you want, you can go to transaction OBY6, which is a financial transaction, to check the settings for a company code. So you will go to this transaction. Slow here again. Just 1 minute. Are you also facing this slowness in the system from last 1 or 2 days? Okay, if I enter the company code, it became too slow. My voice is clear, right?
Yes, voice is very much clear. Yeah.
Okay.
Even screen distortion is also not there.
Okay. So yeah, you can see this company code is assigned to fiscal year variant RE. Okay, so whatever fiscal year variant is assigned to your company code, normally, if you are creating the credit control area same as company code, then the fiscal year variant also should be same. So you can specify RE here. Okay, which is April to March. Okay, and then these are no more required. Okay, they were required because of the old functionalities. This risk category, credit limit, reporting group, it will not make any difference whether you provide the values here or not, because this was related to the old SD credit management functionality. Okay, once you enter here all this information, just click on enter or just try to click on save. Okay, so there is no further information that needs to be entered. You just need to click on save and this credit control area will be created. So this is the first step that you need to do. So once the credit control area is created, you can provide the description. You can tell the system this is credit control area for RECH. Okay, just come out of this. And now let me close this financial accounting. Let's close this definition because all the other configurations you are going to do directly within FSCM node, within financial supply chain management node. Okay, so if you go to financial supply chain management, you will be able to see there is a folder called as credit management. Okay, so this is a component that we are going to work. And again, as I told you, out of this component, hardly 25 to 30% comes under SD. All the other things are related to FI, FSCM. Okay, so based on how you want to set up, what you want to set up, you will configure this solution. So I'll go to credit management. In this credit management, you will be able to see two folders. First, open this credit risk monitoring. There are few areas that you need to set up here, and then you need to go to the second folder. So within credit risk monitoring, click on the master data, and you will be able to see create credit segments. Okay, this create credit segment is mandatory. You have to create the same credit segment as you created for credit control area. I will tell you what exactly it is, but first let me try to create the same credit segment. So this is my credit name I want to give, credit segment for RECH. Again the currency, it is asking you which currency. So it should be again the same currency of your credit control area. And it will ask you for exchange rate type. Normally this exchange rate type is M, standard translation average rate. Most of the time you will be need to enter here M. Okay, and this one is fine. You can go with on segment level only. I'll explain you what is the purpose of this one. So in short, credit segment, name, currency, and exchange rate type. These are the things that you need to maintain here. Now, what do you mean by credit segment? See, what happens is, as I told you, if I talk from the ECC point of view, let's assume I have 10 companies. If I have 2 companies, let's not complicate it. Let's create 2 companies. So let's assume I have 2 company codes. This is my company code 1. Okay. And this is my company code. Sorry, just one. So this is my company code 2. This is my company code 2. Now let's assume I have company code 1, company code 2. I have a common customer. Okay, customer number A, who is dealing with company code 1 also, who is buying some material from company code 1 also and company code 2 also. So if I want to give him the credit limit of 10,000, okay, so system will consider this 10,000 including both the company codes. So together, if he's buying the material from here and here also, together the credit limit would be how much? 10,000. So it may happen that he's buying all the material from here, or he's buying the material from here, or he's buying some material from here, some material from here, but ultimately the limit would be the common limit if I'm creating a common controlling area, common credit control area. Okay, so what I'll do, if I want to keep the common limit, then I will be assigning to single credit control area. I can create one credit control area and I'll tell the system that credit control area will be assigned to company code 1 as well as company code 2.